going on, you guys? We're back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to design fails so stupid you won't believe they're real or they exist. Today's video is brought to you by Tim G from Ohio. Today is September 19, 2018. I'm your host, Genuine Ridge OXO. Let's get right to this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the post bell notification icon. Let's get right to this video.
Designing great things certainly isn't always a simple process. Sometimes between the brainstorming of ideas and the design and manufacturing process, things can go wrong. I've shown you some bad designs in the past, but the ones coming up are spectacular.
I'm gonna
So
poop, man.
buckle up to your bungee cord, turn your speakers to no, and take your front row seat for some of the worst designs ever.
What a movie at, y'all.
This image is very telling.
I've been here
Designed
for
in China,
years.
clearly this is what they think we do with pepper. Well, China, the joke's on you. Who doesn't want to grind pepper from an empty pepper mill onto their stack of 3 slices of bread? Fonts can make or break text designs, and this London-themed t-shirt proves it. To mess up so badly with the first and last letters really makes you question whether this was intentional or not. But at least it was a functional t-shirt. This swimsuit is $490, and it comes with just one minor condition. You can't actually swim in it. Fashionable and functional, clearly. Then there's these pants from Victoria's Secret, which also proves you shouldn't just buy for labels. Take a stroll out on the beach looking like you've just shat your pants. Or walk into the gym in these leggings, which will make people think it's your time of the month. Perfect. You can kind of see how Under Armour's logo provided the inspiration for the U.S. speed skaters outfit at the past Winter Olympics. But there's just something not right about it highlighting the crotch area. On the subject of camel toes, these boots. Who on earth thought it would be comfortable splitting your toes like this? Not only that, if you're going to get fashion inspiration from an animal, choose the butterfly or tiger, not the camel. Now, this ad boy does a great job at the start, making you think about how obesity is a leading cause of cancer. Then this happens. If anything's going to turn your attention away from this rather serious message, then it's the 99p cheeseburger at McDonald's. Take my money. Ah, fine print. It's a feature all companies love to manipulate to fool us, but sometimes they fool themselves. This waterproof surf card clearly lets you know it's rechargeable on the front in large font. Then on the back, it straight away contradicts itself. Can I top it up or not, card? But it's not the only example out there. This store advertises 40% off with no exclusions. Ah, the small print. Clearly this sale is as transparent as the opaque frosted glass it's written on. When Channel 5 in the UK doesn't have a thumbnail to place next to its TV shows on its on-demand service, it uses photos from the kids' cartoon Bob the Builder by default, with hilarious results, to say the least. Some of these rather sinister shows juxtapose exquisitely with Bob the Builder. It's almost as if someone set this up. Netflix has done a similar thing here by glitching out the description for this Nazi documentary. A Wonderful Place to Be isn't something you'd expect to be written about Auschwitz. Putting a circle outside a noughts and crosses box to win the game is creative, but the final letter of that title already won the game. Maybe it was secretly on purpose, though. Either way, whoever pointed this out was certainly thinking outside the box. In terms of advertising, this misleading sign is even worse. The words selling and free should never be placed after each other. The librarian who wrote this should definitely read some language textbooks. Whoever drew this really should have just paid for the design and left out the watermark. It's a lot more effort to include it, but at least you'll get a laugh out of your customers who understand how stock image sites work. This door very well might be your first test before a job interview. Do you trust your gut and push, or abide the signals and pull? Well, at least it'd be amusing to see the methods people use to try and pry the door open outwards. Talking about mixed signals, this ramp. It's great for wheelchair users as long as you can get up out of your wheelchair to walk the last couple of steps. Here's another extreme disabled access route. It's even been carefully marked with yellow paint and a signpost to conveniently remind you not to use this staircase if you're indeed able to do so. The designers of this staircase made a slightly less evil but more monumental error. I suppose it's the office block take on Hogwarts stairs. Perhaps the most amusing thing is that you can still walk down the previous staircase since the designers didn't fully block it off. The builders of this house haven't done much better. At least they can save money on windows and blinds, as it doesn't look like much light will be getting through here. Not all electronics can be trusted. Case in point, This awesome Logitech speaker, which was fake all along, looked legit,
Shout
but
out
it probably
Pro Skater.
sounded worse than a musical greeting card. This non-stick pan is clearly hiding a secret. If it's non-stick, shouldn't that label peel right off? Talking
Yeah.
about more great purchases,
Comes off with
this
water.
can,
Stuck
which
to it.
can't fit through the tiny vending machine door. In fact, you're going to have to pay to clean up after it pops. It must be a machine owned and installed by the Coca-Cola company. Does anybody know the purpose of this? Why on earth would it exist other than to be annoying? And then there's this seat. What a view. Just make sure you can see through the wall before buying a ticket to sit here. Ever been in an upmarket bathroom? Ambient lighting, posh taps and toilets, and this incredible wash basin. Well, those brown splatters make it look like it needs to be more than just a serious wash. What kind of accident occurred here? Unfortunately, it's just awfully selected marble that permanently looks like it's splattered
Got
with
the nosebleed
feces.
box
I bet
seats,
that
but
interior
where the
designer
game
also
at?
opted for this yellow toilet seat. Dirty yellow is a perfect bathroom design color for those of you looking to conceal the worst
Not at
things
all.
imaginable. But surely
No.
the last thing you'd want is for it to look like dried urine when perfectly clean. Gummy sweets tend to be floppy and bendy. This interestingly shaped guitar is certainly an awkward shape for inserting into your mouth and chewing. Hannah Montana seems to like it though. In another phallic episode, this policeman's exhaust pipe is rather neatly placed, and we can only imagine how it'd look when the bus starts spurting out its exhaust fumes. What seems to be the problem, officer? Then there's this girl who had her eyes split apart thanks to the stupid positioning of those windows. Sid, is that you? She's not the only one looking goofy. How about this advert board, which I can only imagine is advertising some sort of hallucinating compound? Actually, in an alternate universe where Class A drugs are openly advertised, this image is definitely plastered everywhere. Not sure if anyone wants to taste what he's on. Must be something from a different
Like
dimension altogether.
Instagram
Sinister
distorted
design
picture.
fails are everywhere. What kind of wood has this
Blown up.
tree-felling company been chipping?
What?
Does it bleed, or was this chipping machine awkwardly undercoated red? Either way, I wouldn't want to get close enough to find out. How and why was this fan placed so close to the wall? Surely the fan came before the wall. No way someone was stupid enough to place it there. And then there's the fact that the fan is so high up, it surely can't be very effective, especially with the holes in the wall right next to it. So many questions and so few answers. How does that wall design fail compared to this one, though? Ah, the
Central
amazing
air.
ability that a wall has to confuse some people. This form is thorough and asks you to print your email address not once, but twice. Presumably, in the event of mistakes, someone will take an average of the two email addresses or determine which of the two is most likely correct. Bowls are one of those standardized objects that have been the same over thousands of years. However, the designer of this bowl is trying to rewrite the rules by offering a bowl which doesn't actually hold your food inside. Now you can enjoy your food as it tips out of the holes onto your clothes and table. Brilliant. Contrast is important. Every designer should know this.
Poured milk
These
in the
color
cereal,
cards have
man.
their color names conveniently printed on, and
can't
if
eat
that's the
breakfast.
only way you're figuring out the color of those cards, you're going to have a difficult time finding the name for black. You know what else is important in design? Proportions. This silly
Braille
tech
readers?
advert either shows us
You
the
know what I
world's
mean?
biggest
Blind
USB
folks.
or the world's smallest hand. If that wasn't enough, then check out the grammar. Then there's this
Oh, flat.
creepily tall giant teddy bear. Gotta love that review. At least it's honest. There are countless examples
No
out
joke
there of
there,
things
don't
that
do
just
that.
don't look quite like they were advertised. Case in point, this egg mold. It's more like a creepy alien than perfectly formed skull. A lot of products require you to write its manufacturing origin somewhere, but you can still try to deceive customers with an American flag over it, like on this box. I suppose you'll just have to pray your customers can't read. At least it's not as devious as this, unless, of course, the case was genuinely made separately in the U.S. Somehow, this seems unlikely.
Right.
Waking up to see a spider on your pillowcase would be frightening,
Oh.
which is why this design sucks. Funnily enough, it's supposed to be a palm tree. Or how about this rug, which looks like it's teeming with ants or fleas? It's perfect for dragon fruit enthusiasts, but at least it doesn't look like a dead body has been dragged across it like this one at a hotel. If I saw this, I'd opt out of staying there the night. Just saying. Putting the D in bread. No
Super
thanks.
80s.
What kind of rubbish marketing slogan is that? What were British supermarket Marks and Spencer's thinking by using this to advertise their bread's vitamin D content? I'll put my D where I want, thank you very much. Poor SpongeBob here
Oh,
looks
we're
like he's
slipping in
been
the car.
burned to a crisp, or is in some way possessed. Fortunately, he's just made out of chocolate. Let's hope he doesn't actually taste like a sponge.
Super
Now,
grapey.
this supermarket floor must be what
SpongeBob.
drunk people see when trying to walk in a straight line. I'm sure this is one supermarket OCD shoppers don't go to. If the designer of this opted to design stairs, they'd probably come up with something like this.
Scribbles.
Believe it or not, those are stairs. Ever reached in the fridge for a lovely cold bottle of Hudson's? Nope. Clearly, because you wouldn't be here today if you had. Hudson's is a paint remover which is attractively bottled to look like Fizzy Pop. Taco Bell is either catering for a specific audience here, or they have something against people with bad backs. Or maybe they're catering for drunk people who can't stand at 2 a.m.? Either way, these kiosks aren't conveniently placed. The use of this cocktail umbrella to waterproof these wires cannot be serious, but it's definitely hilarious. I've waterproofed the wires, boss. You wouldn't need to be the sharpest tool in this shed to figure out that you don't need a degree in lockpicking to break through this lock. A screwdriver will do nicely, thank you very much. I've got to admit, a lot of these designs do seem too stupid to be true. Do you think any of them are fake? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and as usual, thanks for watching.
The designs you have seen, people, are very stupid. You might not believe they're real, but we just viewed them for ourselves. Today is September 19, 2018. I'm your host, Genuine Reaction.cam. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the post notification icon. Also leave you a link to the comments which you would like us to react to next time. I enjoyed that, being grossed out and uncomfortably viewing this video. Until next time, guys, love, peace, and happiness. Love to you and yours. Good vibes will follow every time. And stay tuned in. Peace.